All right. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Good morning, everybody who's watching this program. This is What About It channel. We are the Space Junkie guys. I am Sobi.
Hello guys, I'm David. Nice to be back again.
Yes, for our morning coffee talk. Probably most of you are in Starbase, but it can happen that most of you are not in Starbase, somewhere around the world. So wherever you are, I think how Jim Carrey used to say, good morning, good evening, and if you don't see each other, good night. So something like that. So welcome everybody. We're just gonna chat a little bit about our favorite topic. Most definitely, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you navigate yourself to the subscribe button. A like is always very welcome. And we need to highlight that there is a 24/7 channel. So definitely make sure you're going to bookmark that channel because there you can watch what's going on in Starbase 24/7. All right. We have a few topics for this morning. Not many things happen in Starbase, but there is always things to cover. So I think we're gonna start at the Massey side because Massey
Yeah,
is
but
ramping up pretty much. Yep.
but before we are starting, I want to highlight that not Normie, not Sobi is not Felix. Okay,
Oh,
so
definitely. As
we
far
are
as we checked, yes.
yeah. So it's a live show, and Felix, of course, will come tomorrow and on Friday with the
Oh
new
yeah.
original what about it videos, but yeah, as our cooperation we are one time per week hosting actually 1 hour Starbase live, so we will discuss what's going on, what so we will discuss about what happened last week, what shall be happen this week, and I guess if we will have still time, then we can discuss very quick the upcoming launches for this week, because there are some pretty interesting things coming up. So that's our plan for today. And yeah, so yeah, Sabi mentioned we are Space Junkie team from Hungary, and of course we are very big enthusiasts, not only Starship, but I guess for the entire SpaceX team, because they are quite badass teams. So that's why we are here, and we try to do our best. As always, we are not native English speakers, so bear with us, especially with me, please, because
I don't
Sabi.
think anyone could tell it, to be fair. So I don't
Oh,
know
you
why we
are
need to say it.
you are too kind, Sabi, but thank you. Okay, so
We sound
nevertheless,
like general Americans. Come on, there's nothing wrong here. Okay.
okay, so let's start with Starbase topic, and with Massey's test
Yeah,
site.
let's see. We can already see on our 24/7 live view the Massey site. What's going on? There's nothing in there. At least no
Yes.
prototypes.
So actually, yeah, I just seeing here a question about the hurricane. So actually, it didn't hit Starbase, so they were lucky, and it's actually silence after storm. So not before storm, but after storm. But maybe very little of the hurricane has touched Starbase, but it was only a bit rainy yesterday and a bit windy, but that's all. So nothing too heavy. So they were lucky, and as you can see, the storm is currently moving towards Houston. So yeah, they have a bit more unfortunate, but hopefully nothing will and nobody will harm too much. But for now, because we are discussing Starbase, we can assure that the storm didn't hit the complex.
Just like Daryl did, we can move on.
Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, at the Massey's complex is nothing too much happening. So S31 has been moved back to the Mega Bay 2,
Let me
because
interrupt you. Let's see some photos of the Massey site, how
yeah,
it was with ship 31 on the site. Yeah,
yeah,
there we go.
because last Tuesday there was a flyover. Yeah, I guess it was last Tuesday, so almost 1 week ago, there was a flyover at Starbase from the What About team. what about its team? And you can still see here the S31 prototype, because it had to be had to had one more cryogenic proof test, because maybe you remember at the first round it was a bit sparky, and I guess this prototype has received the name, actually nickname Sparky, because
Felix
yeah.
definitely called it Sparky, yeah.
Yeah, the first round wasn't too smooth, because some electrical shortage has running up at the back of the ship, and it was it's Sparky, not only the nickname, but actually what happened. Some sparks were coming up and so on. So they moved back to the high bay. They removed everything what was needed to be moved, and they moved back Starship 31 last Wednesday, I guess. Yeah, no, last weekend. Sorry, and they had again one more cryogenic proof test on Thursday, I guess. Okay, so
it was actually quite in the latest episode on Friday. Felix was
yes.
talking about it, and he was actually covering that everybody was panicking that they might need to scrap ship 31 because of some internal issues with the ship, and they actually had to go through ship 29 as well. And I think I need to highlight that it's very important. The fact that when something happens with one prototype, they actually need to check and implement all the changes on every single prototype. So that's a good thing, I think, that the spark happened, because then it probably brought to the surface something that was going on, and probably it was a hidden fault in the system, and probably they now corrected it on every single prototype.
Yeah, and it was a bit unusual issue. So as far as I know, it didn't came up earlier on nothing of any prototype before. So it was very strange to see these sparky things. But yeah, anyway,
That's why the tests are for.
actually yes, but this S31 is quite a new prototype, so it was a bit strange that why on this Starship has been coming up this this failure. But nevertheless, they corrected everything, and yeah, for round 2 it was everything okay. Yeah, as far as we could see, so nothing special. It was a quite smooth test. And on the weekend, S31 has been moved back to the Mega Bay 2, because yeah, maybe last week we have talked about that maybe it has its own Raptors already, but it seems that it hasn't. So the Raptors are not in the ship installed. Thank you. So are not installed yet in S31. So it's actually in the Mega Bay 2, and they will install the engines right in the newest high bay or newest Mega Bay.
Okay. Do we have anything to cover at Massey's, or shall we leave Massey's on that little side road on the left and heading towards?
Just one more sentence that you can see here a small crane, and it's still actually creating or building this new structural stand, which will be used. It's a good question for what will be used for. Maybe for nose cones, or maybe for kind of test articles like B14.1. We don't know yet, but you can see it's quite finished.
You mean the
Almost
one on the
finished.
left, the round
Yeah,
one?
this new cage.
I think Felix called it Can Crusher 2.0.
Yeah, maybe it's much stronger as the previous one, but
Yep.
maybe they will need this strong this power, or I don't know how to express myself. So they will need a much more difficult and much more complex structural stand, because they will need much more complex test datas for the newest Block 2 Starship design. So that's its building right now, but you can see it's almost finished. And I guess with that we are finishing the Massey's topic right now.
Okay. I think we can cover a little bit. So we're gonna skip Sanchez, and probably we can start with the car park. That's
Okay.
that's again from Friday's episode. Felix was talking about how important the car park or the parking lot is going to be, because you see there is a showroom of cars. So that's like a I don't know, when you represent all the vehicles from the workers, it's like I don't know, a showroom, an
Like a
open
parade.
showroom. Yeah, like a parade. So imagine that once the car park gonna come online, then all these cars just gonna disappear. Which I think is for the first time is gonna bring a completely new look to Starbase, at least to the build site. So all these cars that parked up and down everywhere, yeah, you can see it on the live screen as well. It's not a pretty sight. So probably it's gonna be so nice that the car park gonna swallow all these cars and just chew them on.
Yeah, if my informations are correct, it will have 600 parking lot or parking areas,
Spaces. Hmm.
parking spaces. Yes, thank you. So yeah, it's a pretty much. But as you can see, lots of
Yeah.
cars are parking right now next to the highway.
Yep.
Maybe more 100 meters long. So yeah, they needed this parking lot for sure. Yeah.
Yep. If anybody anytime you've been down to Starbase, you should see the morning and the evening, I think, shift changes when one shift is ending and the other one is starting, and the flow of cars that leaving and heading towards Starbase is incredible. A lot of people are working here, so they definitely
Yes.
need this solution. Okay, right. I think we covered the car park.
That was
Eh,
very interesting topic, but why not? Of course, it's a
we
quite
have
new building, so let's talk
yeah,
about it a bit.
we have more important things to cover, like the base, because they are the ones where basically the ships are, well, they're born, basically. Star Factory as well, partially, but this is where they are assembled. What's going on in the base, David?
Okay, so just a quick catch up. So what's going on from this perspective, from right to the left? So the smallest high bay is the high bay itself, actually, next to the highway. So for now, it's home for S30 because that's the next prototype for the Flight 4. And maybe you heard about this kind of big task what the SpaceXers has to be has to finish. I mean the heat tiles or heat tile exchange or heat tile change
So we
itself.
are going from left to right.
No, I mean right to left. So from this perspective, the high bay is the right on the right.
Oh, sorry. I'm okay. I'm not watching the same thing. I apologize.
No problem. So what's in the high bay? It's currently only
Yep.
S30, and currently what's going on? It's the heat tile change. So almost the entire heat shield has been removed. I mean the old heat tiles, and it has been added a new ablative layer, and on this ablative layer will coming these new heat tiles. As Elon mentioned, it will be two times stronger as the previous ones. We don't know exactly what does it mean. So what measures this strongness? But I guess this what can or how long these ties can bear with this big to more 1000 Celsius degree plasma. So I guess the expectations for S30 is quite high. So because these new heat tiles or the entire heat shield shall be working much more or much better as the previous ones, but it's still not the latest version, and maybe for Block 2 and Block 3 starships, it will be still a new structure added, but we don't know yet. For now, what's for sure that almost a new entire heat shield is going up on S30.
Okay. Can we have the photos, please, and then I can show the Mega Bay one, which is in the middle. Um, I was watching the photos, and that's why I was a bit mistaken. 'Cause from this
No problem.
perspective, it's the other way around. Okay, so we have again from. I keep on mentioning the previous episode from Friday because Felix usually summarize all this. You know, Felix, who are not us. He's summarizing really nicely what's happening, and then you can see really good details. So there's this screenshot. I think this is a fantastic view and is
Yeah.
still the current situation inside the home of the boosters.
Boosters, yes. Get to the boosters,
For the
as Arnold
UK
would say.
viewers, this is booster.
Yes, as Arnold would say, get to the booster.
Get to
Okay,
the
so yeah, currently Mega Bay hosts 3.5 booster, if I'm correct, because there is no 4.5, not 3.5. So there is booster 11, but currently it's prepared for moving to the launch site, but we will talk about it a bit later. But booster 11, booster 12, 13, and 14, and half of booster 15, which half it's actually the LOX, so the oxygen tank section. And it's a bit interesting because some weeks ago there is nothing much happening with booster 15, so the stacking operation is slowing a bit down, but maybe they don't have to be rushed. Don't have to rush because there are 4 other big brothers or big sisters before booster 15. But compared to the time the time how quick these previous boosters have been stacked, it's much slower as the previous ones. But as I mentioned, they have time actually to finish booster 15, because if the line is continuing, then booster 11 will be flight 4, booster 12 flight 5, and so on. So booster 15 should be 6, 7, 8 flight 8 booster, but we will of course see later. And I guess booster 15 won't fly this year, or if it will, then it has still time until end of the year. So yeah, let's see what happens with booster 15. But for now, there are still some some boosters in the Mega Bay one.
And let's not forget that if they really gonna go, which it seems like they are, going for Flight 5 catch, and
Yes.
if they succeed, then Booster 11 is not gone. It's not like Booster 10, then it's gonna smash into the ocean.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's the best case scenario. When everything's gonna go fine, then probably we're gonna, we're just not gonna wave farewell to Booster 11 at the launch. So hopefully it will
Yes.
come back, but we will see. We need to take it with a grain of salt because we just don't know what's gonna happen. Very interesting. There's a
But
question. There's a question.
okay.
Will Booster 15 have 35 Raptors?
Good question. I don't think so. Maybe the later boosters will have more Raptors, but for now, which is currently at least started booster, and this line ends with booster 15.
Yep.
It will still have a 33 Raptor.
Yep. Okay. So we don't know anything about having a Block 2 version of the boosters, right? That's usually involving the ships, the ship design. So the boosters more or less going to stay the same.
For now, yes. So this Block 2 version or the next generation Starship will be focused on the second stage, so the ship itself, and the boosters won't change so much.
Yep.
But for the Block 3, so the two later iteration, ships and boosters will look like kind of different. And I guess for Block 3 boosters, we'll have these 35 Raptors, what has been mentioned for now.
And also you can see on this photo that's again from the previous episode. I think it's not the last time you're gonna hear me saying this. Sorry for that in advance. You can see that the hot staging ring is changing. Also, the position of the grid fins are going to change, as far as I'm concerned. I think Musk was talking about that, and also the shielding from the Raptors is gonna be gone. Very
Yeah.
important. So we can't wait for the new Raptor engines because they just gonna look totally badass and totally different. I think.
Yeah, they will look totally different as Raptor version 1. So yeah, we are looking forward to see the first Raptor version 3 at Starbase. I don't know if we will be able to see at all, because everything is very much on one hand very crowded. So maybe actually everything is builded in already. So the
Built in.
Star Factory hiding so many things, the base hiding so many things. So
Yes.
maybe Raptor 3 will be first sight in the first in the boosters actually. So I don't know if we will be so lucky to see this Raptor 3 by itself, but
Yep.
yeah, it will be a quite good looking.
Yeah.
So
As
just
you can see, that it just looks like it's missing some parts or it's unfinished or
only some part, yeah,
yeah.
nothing too much.
But Musk stated that from the outside it looks much simpler, but
Yeah.
from the inside it's much more complex, and it's gonna be more difficult to service it. So it's definitely a huge change. Not even mentioning that it's gonna be more powerful, and we're gonna come back to this topic why it's gonna be so essential because that's our
Yes.
final topic today.
Yeah, they
Okay,
need the power, yes.
shall we go to Mega Bay 2 maybe?
Yes. Mm.
Uh-huh. Let's see what's going on. So that's the right-hand side big building.
Yeah, from this looking, of course, we cannot see anything actually from inside, but maybe you trust me that as I mentioned before, that S31 is already in the Mega Bay 2, so it's receiving currently its Raptor engines, and yeah, but for now, actually, there is nothing much talk about Mega Bay 2, because they are still building the interiors, so they are preparing the stands actually inside. I guess it will have so Mega Bay 2 will have at least 5 working stations around around the corners and at the behind. So actually, and at the front there will be 2. So of course, at the door, actually there won't be any stand, because there won't be. They shouldn't have too much space if they have a current a test stand right at the front at the entrance. So there will be in the front 2 stands, and behind them there will be at least 3. Actually, as Mega Bay 1 looks like, so it will be copy pasted
Okay.
like Mega Bay 1, but we don't know yet whether only the Mega Bay 2 is only for ships, or it will be a bit mixed with boosters. But of course, this production line will tell or will answer a couple of months later what's going on in Mega Bay 2. For now, it seems that it's hosting only ships, but it can change later as well. But for now, I guess that's all for the Mega Bay 2. And once we are looking at this picture, you can see in the front of the base, or in the front of the Star Factory, that's this new office building, which is growing like a mushroom from the ground.
Yep.
And yeah, it's looking structural almost ready. Of course, there is still lots of things to do, but this building has to be ready until the 1st of January 2025. So
I
actually,
think it will be.
I
It
guess
pretty much looks like.
yeah. So what are they doing right now with the structure? It's totally insane pace. So
Yep.
yeah, you just shall look some photos 2 or 3 weeks ago, and how looks like right now, and you can see the difference and the
Absolutely.
pace how they proceeding with this building.
I think it's very important to mention that it won't be connected, will it? So there are rumors there were rumors in the past that it will be connected. So Star Factory and this new office building, but I think that according to the latest news, they won't be connected.
It's a good question because there
Uh-huh.
are some concrete uh, ground or concrete base of this. I don't know what kind of structure will be there, but something will be there for sure because it's not for joke there.
No,
So
no, it's not just to let some pour some concrete there because we have nowhere to pour some more
yeah, they
concrete.
are
So let's just
practicing
find that
actually. Yeah.
place. Yeah, absolutely. There must be some reason, and obviously there is this football ground in the foreground, which is which still remains an absolute
Yeah, it's
laughing stock at Starbase because there's just nothing happening with it, is it?
yeah, it's a soap opera or already what's going on around this small field. So currently, it still belongs to a private person, which is a bit tricky with SpaceX. If I would express myself um, family friendly. So yeah, actually, this topic is at at the
Or
authorities, I guess almost 1 year ago, or maybe more time. I don't know.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't
it's
know when it will be ended, but yeah, this court things, maybe everyone knows it. They are very slow.
yeah. Anyway, I did not want to get stuck at this place. I just wanted to mention that this is an absolute joke, what's going on in
Ah,
here,
yes.
because there is this one tiny property that belongs to one person, and they just don't seem to find a common ground with it. Anyway, let's see the live view of the launch complex and what's going on in there. In the meantime, we have a question just to steer away and not just talk about the launch side or the build side. We try to pull in some questions, so just feel free to write us any questions.
Mhm.
Overmotor is asking, what are your thoughts about Starship not having a launch escape system, or do you think they will integrate it into the final design somehow? And just to continue on, Stephen Lewis answered, airplanes don't have an escape system, which is an absolute fair point. I think
Yeah,
they just trying to build it so reliably and so well that
it's all safe. Yeah.
yeah, that it won't require any of these. And if you think about it, how many airplanes are crossing the skies every single day, it's crazy how reliable aircrafts became in the past decades.
Yeah, so of course, maybe everyone knows that the Starship won't have any crew at least for 100 flights. Yeah, I don't know, of course, the
Or
exact
whatever. Hmm.
number,
Yep.
but it has to have pretty much 100% safe flights before the first crew can actually enter in Starship. Yeah, it's a good question and a fair point, both of
Hmm.
you, Overmotor and Steven, as well. So yeah, as Sabi mentioned, it has to be so reliable that actually it won't need any escape system. So yeah,
Of course, the thought was following by saying by Overmotor that yes, but planes can still land if the engine's blown out. Well, um, in an absolute best case scenario, they can land, but most of the cases when the engines are both engines are off, it's not a recipe for success for sure. But yes, going to space is a different story. Of course, I think if we would like to become an interplanetary species, we just have to nail this problem. No matter what we think about it, it must come to a solution that we find reliable ways of leaving Earth and coming back. Will things gonna go wrong at some point? I am pretty sure.
yeah.
Is it going to be the end of human spaceflight this way, using reusable rockets? I don't think so. I mean, they say that sometimes if you want to make an omelet, you need to crack some eggs. And I don't want to downplay the importance of human lives, but when you are building cutting edge technologies, this is how it works. It's not a game, but it is feasible, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And Yeah, just look at Falcon 9. Of course, I know the grade isn't the same. So Falcon 9 is a much smaller rocket as Starship will be, or Starship itself is actually. But yeah, just look at the reliability of Falcon 9. So they just flowing 2 or 3 times per week without any failure. So
Yep.
and the
let's
one.
not, and just to add to it, very important that Falcon 9 cannot adjust the thrust to weight ratio. No, yeah, thrust to weight ratio. No, the thrusting. It has one go. If it misses and it will burn the fuel or stuff sooner, it's gonna start going up again. So
Yeah, you mean the suicide burn? Yeah.
yes, the suicide burn. Thank you. So Starship gonna be different, isn't it?
Yeah, because actually it can hover because
Thrust vector control. That's what I meant to say.
thrust vector control and actually the thrust to weight ratio. You were right, because the Raptor engine can still work at least on 40% thrust. And for a rocket engine, it's a very low number, or very low rate.
Value.
So, or value, yes. So that's why the expectations for Raptor 2 already, and for Raptor 3 especially, are very high, because this work, or this the way how it will be working, it's totally insane as previous rocket engines in the rocket history. So it will be a game changer. That's for sure. It's already a game changer because it's almost already a very or a quite reliable rocket engine, even if it's a full flow stage combustion engine, because it's technically it's a very difficult thing to have the solutions and to have it so reliable. But Raptor 2 is already a very reliable rocket engine, but thanks to the very I don't know how many thousands tests in McGregor, and that's waiting for Raptor 3 as well.
Yep.
So, and once Raptor 3 is very reliable, then actually Starship itself will be very reliable as well. And because I would say the soul of the rocket is actually the engine itself. And if the engine works, then almost everything works.
Okay, let's take a look at some photos on the launch site. Let's start on the left side of the current view. We're gonna focus on the second tower that started being built, and it's a very good looking thing already, isn't it?
For sure, yeah. Of course, this storm slowed the day down a bit, because both this new CC 8800 crane and the SpaceX crane has to be laid down, as you can see currently on the live stream. So yes, they are still sleeping, but hopefully in the next day they will be risen up again, and they can continue actually the building of the tower 2. As you can see, the first segment is already prepared next to the tower base, but because of the storm, they had to lay down this crane, and they couldn't stack this first segment. But as I saw on Friday, or maybe it was on Saturday, I don't remember already, but they had some issues with these new corner segments, because as you can see, if you can zoom in a bit on the top of the tower base, then you can see that of course there is a big concrete base, but on the top of the base actually there is still one more small item, or small segment for these corners, on which actually the tower first segment will join. And they had some issues with these I don't know, stacking, or this completion last week. And as you can see, there are only 2 or maximum 3, two of them on the top. So they had to move. They have to put still 2 of them, And we don't know the issue. Of course, we cannot see so many details. But first, they have to put all of the 4 corner segments first. Then they can actually stack the tower or the first segment on this base. But we don't know the plan for this week. But maybe we have discussed previous week about this time plans or time frames for this new crane operation. So until end of July, I guess until 27th of July, this current version of CC80 8800 crane will be looking like as of now. But after 27th of July, it will be extended because the tower should be so high for that point. Then this current crane setup won't be not high enough.
Tall enough, yeah.
Or tall enough, yes. So what I'm trying to say that until July, end of July, shall be 5 or at least 6 segments already stacked. And after it, the remaining 2 or 3 segments or 4 segments should be stacked until middle of August. But maybe these plans have been changed a bit because of the storm. But as far as we know about these stacking operations, and as per our latest information, that will be the plan for Tower 2 operations or building, better to say. So yes, so they are returning to the work because of course, because of the storm. There were some safety things to do. Maybe they were not able to build anything at Starbase yesterday or day before yesterday because everybody has to be had to have a safe shelter, and that's why all the operations at Starbase stopped for a bit. But maybe from today everything can return and the work can continue.
Okay, there's a question: Will that section to the tower be raised into place today? So definitely not. As we can see that the crane is down. The crane is down. We got an issue. So definitely, as long as yes, as long as the crane is a sleeping beauty, they cannot lift anything. So they need to raise the crane first, and then once it's up, then probably they can return to the operations again.
Yeah, as I mentioned, they're still struggling a bit with these corner sections, and once they are finished, they can stack the first segment.
Yep.
And if we are going,
the hurricane just passed now, so definitely it's too early just for them to expect that the crane gonna be raised that quickly. I think they're just waiting for the wind, and that's the limitation factor, I guess.
And if we are going back to the flyover picture about this pad B area, and if we are zooming a bit to the tower base, actually we can already see some signs of the new flame trench, and it's a very good thing that finally SpaceX sees that they need a normal flame trench for Starship launches. And you can see all around this pile drilling still, and it has a quite interesting pattern because I guess they have drilled. I don't know exactly how many piles, but
you don't know, really?
No.
I'm joking.
we don't know everything. So yeah, but we can see actually the contour. Yeah, contour is a good word. The shape of the flame trench, and
shaping up nicely. Yep.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say about this piling or the drilling of the piles. So they have drilled more lines of piles. So it's not only in that direction to the right of the picture, but on the left too. So maybe it will not only it's not
one directional. It might be more than
direction. The direction of the flame trench will be at least 2 directions. I'm not sure it will be 3 or 4 directions, but at least 2. But maybe for the range of the Raptors, it will need at least 2 directions to drive
Honestly,
anything away.
honestly, if I zoom out a bit, and I cannot, before we move on, I need to highlight that John Cargile is taking absolutely badass photos. It's incredible how nice these photos are. The details are staggering,
Yeah.
and if you take a look at it, that would not make sense to divert the flames upwards, so on the picture, so not even to like 8 9, well, 9 10 11 o'clock, or 1 2 3 o'clock. So I think it should point more downwards towards the land, toward the marshland. That would make sense, because it's not hitting anything, and there is no damage risk, I
Oh
guess,
yes, but the trench shaping itself right now, so
that way.
we don't see actually the whole flame trench
Yeah.
pattern. But what's for sure that they have they have strengthened, or I don't know,
Strengthen.
they strengthened the ground pretty much with these piles. So
Look, in a few weeks, we're definitely gonna know more about it. And since they
yeah,
didn't announce the plans, we just gonna rely on the photos, and we will see how it's shaping up. And probably we're gonna have more ideas. I mean, we don't know how the new um, tower and the new OLM gonna look like. What we know for sure that the OLM is going to change, but
yeah.
into what shape and exactly what kind of technical solutions, that's a good question, but we're gonna find it out.
But that's why it's very interesting to look at Starbase not every week but almost every day, because they are changing so many things.
Yep, yep, definitely. And the gateway to Mars sign is gone.
Ah yes.
Everybody loved it, and there was a cry out about that. Why they just installed it and it's gone now. Anyway, what's is there anything to talk about at the
Yeah,
uh,
just a couple of sentences about the old pad A area on the top of the picture. So you can see everything is torn up. So they are moving so quickly, and they are just cleaning the whole ground so quick that then a couple of weeks ago it will show nothing. So if somebody sees first time Starbase right now, he or she won't know that some pads were here previously. So
Oh,
yeah,
you mean, okay, let me go back. Sorry. You mean these bits, the
yes,
the pad A and pad B. Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
So we are
Okay.
we are not, we cannot
Yeah,
see
they turned
anymore.
everything upside down. We can say that. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. That
we
was,
cannot see
yeah.
anymore the
No.
base of the pads. But there were 2 pads. Just
Yeah.
trust us.
Yeah. It looks like they just blew them up. Just blew them up. Yeah. Do we know what's gonna come here? It's a new. It's that there's no new tank farm, right? Because
No, no, no.
we know for sure now that they're gonna share. Sharing is caring. So
Rumors
yeah. First.
rumors say that they will extend but what we can see on the very top of the picture, on this picture right now. So you can see the last hot dog tank on the top of the picture. So maybe they will extend to this area, this tank section, or the tank farm, because as SpaceX mentioned itself in in the Flight 4 live coverage, they have mentioned that one big tank farm will actually will serve the 2 pads, so pad A and pad B as well. So there won't be a different or a separate tank farm for pad B, but the current tank farm will be extended. And of course, because of they have space on the right, then they will extend on that way. And maybe this entrance will be stopped, or will be demolished, because of course there won't be too many space to enter from this side to the launch
Yep.
side, and maybe there will be only one entrance at the very beginning of this area.
So this is gonna be gone, most
Yeah.
likely. Hmm. Okay, and the other important thing is that finally we have a clear view on pad A,
Yeah,
because all the vertical towers are gone. Well, not entirely. We can still see traces of them, although this is a flyby from
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, so that's pretty old, almost a week old. So probably this is gone. Maybe we can take a look at the live view. Do we see anything on the live view
Nothing much.
from this area? But anyway,
Only the base of the last three
yeah.
tanks, but that's all. So,
Hmm. That's a good
or,
sign that we can't see it.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. This concrete berm hides already them.
Yep.
But yeah, once there was a tank farm, a vertical tank farm. But yeah, it was not the best thing or not the best idea from SpaceX. But of course, they learned from it as well.
It's history now, so
Yeah,
I don't think anybody gonna miss it. Not the visitors nor the launch pads, and yeah, the rumbles. They really did some damage to those
yeah.
tanks, and yeah, that was a bad idea. Anyway,
Once
right.
we are here, just one sentence about the OLM, so or PEDA. So nothing much happening. So, but it's a good sign actually. But because if you remember from the previous flights, this maintenance or refurbishment works were so big or so high that uh, they were uh, all around these cherry pickers, and they just worked all night and all day long to clear everything what the flight 3 has done with OLM, but flight 4 was much better already, and it's a good thing or a good sign that because they can now shorten the time frame between flight 5 and flight 4 and flight 5. And yeah, once we are here at this topic, yeah, you can see one ant is moving on the chopstick. Of course, it's not an ant; it's a man. But yeah, compared to this chopstick, or yeah, just as English say, humans for scale. And yeah, just look at this size. It's totally insane how big this arm actually is. Of course, the new chopsticks won't be so long because
Crazy.
it will be a shorter version already.
Hmm.
Yeah, but for now it's a prototype as well. Not only Starship is a prototype, but the stage 0, I mean the OLM, the tank farm, and the chopsticks as well are a prototype. And uh, by time it will iterate and it will develop. So yeah, for now it's looking like that. But that's why we are waiting very much the Tower 2 operations or building, because the new chopsticks will be looking so different as chopstick 1.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I need to highlight again what a crazy good work what about it team has done with these camera views, because I mean you've seen how far they can zoom in. I mean this is really really good entertainment
Yes.
no matter how we see it. I mean it's amazing.
And
Um,
yeah, about Flight 5, there was a quite interesting sentence from Elon from the weekend, because he answered for an X post that Flight 5 can come in 1 month. So
4 weeks, yeah.
yeah, of course, I know there is an Elon time or Elon time factor to add this I don't know, expectation from him, but yeah, from yeah inside informations, maybe we could hear or see that maybe middle of August is a much clearer plan for the flight 5. So maybe we don't have to wait so much more or so long for flight 5. And if it's in 1 month at all, then I guess we should be very lucky, because flight 4 was when was flight 4? I don't remember. It was in
Um, Mo-
in May.
uh,
Yeah.
April, May. Give me a sec. It's too many dates happening.
Yeah, too many dates and too many
Or
information already.
anyway, I will find it out. Yeah, let's not get stuck there.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say that between flight 4 and flight 5,
June 6th? June
June
6th.
6th. Okay. So if yeah, okay, let's say that flight 5
Yeah.
coming up in the middle of August. It's only 2.5 months, which is much more shorter than between flight 3 and flight 4, or even going back even longer for especially for between flight 1 and flight 2, it was more than 7 months. So compared to these 7 months, these 2.5 months, it's already a big improvement. And thanks to the flight 4 successful flight 4, as I mentioned, this OLM won't need so big maintenance or refurbishment, and that's a good sign or a good thing, because they can now move on. And as I mentioned, maybe booster 11 will be moved to this launch site very soon, maybe this next couple of days, because the transport stand has been moved already to the Mega Bay 1. And it's already a good sign before the rollout of booster 11. And as we can see, there is nothing much happening right now on the OLM. So maybe it shows for us that OLM is almost ready for booster 11 static fire.
We have another topic for this next 8 minutes, so
I know, but we don't have to stack exactly 1 hour. So
no, but yeah, that's true. That's the usually the length we're trying to stick with. But yeah, okay. So there's one more topic we need to cover. There were some rumors that at certain corners of the internet that Starship is not powerful enough. Definitely, there is some issues with how much weight it can take to space, and we would like to talk about it just to end the show with, because a lot of people were saying that it's not up for the job. Its current version, it just couldn't lift 100 tons, and how will it deliver? How will it actually going to achieve those goals that Musk have set? But I think it's worth mentioning that there was a presentation from Elon Musk not too long ago at Starbase where he actually said it with his mouth that the current version can carry about 40, 50 tons at this state of the rocket. And of course, there will be some changes coming in the pipeline. And again, adding the hot staging ring, adding the shielding for the Raptor engines, adding an extra layer of heat shield, the ablative heat shield we were mentioning earlier this program. So obviously there were a lot of not even mentioning the inside changes, for preventing the sloshing.
yeah.
So there's a lot of extra weight were added to those design. But we know
She
from
became
him
too fat.
exactly gained some weight, a little bit obese, but definitely they're gonna roll out some new engines, right?
Yeah, we have previously mentioned this Raptor 3 engine, and yeah, not only the looking like, but if you check the numbers
Yep.
at the bottom of this picture, then actually it says everything. Just compare the thrust with, especially at the sea level, Raptor 1 and Raptor 3. Just look at it, almost the double of them. So almost the double of the thrust. And yeah, as we also mentioned, then that booster will have 2 more Raptor 3. So instead of 33, it will have 35. So it means, of course, more thrust at sea level, and also the ship will receive more Raptors. So instead of 3 Raptor vacuum engine, it will have 6 of them. So in total, 9 engines. Of course, for the Block 3 version, as you can see, the Starship 2 still have 3 vacuum engine, but the Starship 3, so the Block 3, will have already 6 of this vacuum engine, which means even more thrust. And that's why hopefully Starship will reach payload capacity more than 200 tons, of course, to lower orbit. But yeah, uh, as by anything about Starship, we will see it, or we will have we have to wait. But yeah, if they can reach this totally insane total thrust, as you can see, 10,000 tons. Yeah, again, 10,000 tons of thrust. That yeah, it's mind blowing, I guess.
Can I
And
say that you need to trust the
we
engines?
we trust the trust. Yes.
That's it.
And one thing that
These
not
numbers are totally mind blowing. I mean, yeah, we
and
just
just look at and just look at the second stage. I mean the ship thrust. So it will have 2,700 tons of thrust, which is totally insane because none of the second stages were so powerful in the history of spaceflight.
yep,
So yeah,
yep.
Starship will be in every topic the first and the biggest and the most.
Yep, yep. At the last time when Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut, visited Starbase, and he had this chat with Elon Musk, he actually mentioned, apart from this is gonna be the most everything rocket ever
Yeah,
built, it's gonna have it's gonna be 3 times as powerful as Saturn V, 3 times,
with
and
100%
reliable.
reusability.
Yeah, reusability. Yeah, absolutely. So the scale of it, even right now, with these 121 meters, is staggering. It's unreal. We have one tower in Budapest in Hungary, that's matching. It's called the Mall Tower, and it's matching the height of the current version of Starship. And every time when we talk in our own programs about Starship, we always highlight that if you ever go to Budapest and if you're gonna see this tallest building basically in Budapest, that's a good comparison because this is just how massive building this is.
Yeah,
Sorry, vehicle this is, and it's just gonna get bigger. It's just mega crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so yeah,
definitely there will be some changes in the pipeline, and then they're gonna reach to where hopefully where they're intending to reach. Again, we mentioned that the the engines, they're not gonna require any more shielding, so they're gonna lose that weight. We don't know what's gonna happen with the hot staging ring. Most likely they're just gonna integrate it into the booster, the top of the booster, so it's gonna be part of the vehicle because they don't want to be just
yeah. For now, it's an interstage, kind of interstage with 10 tons, and it's quite a
yes,
lot.
yes,
Quite a
yeah,
lot for this current performance of the Raptors. But yeah, uh,
yeah,
that's why we are calling it, or not us, but SpaceX calling it iterative development, because
hmm,
they are learning everything from the previous block versions of Starship and boosters itself,
indeed,
and they just build in this things to learn. So that's
hmm,
why Starship will be more reliable and yet in everything the most, as
yeah,
we mentioned.
absolutely. And at the moment they are focusing on reusability and on obviously the quick turnarounds. They try to
Yeah,
decrease that, and then later they're gonna start focusing on the full reusability. So the 100% reusability. So not throwing away any part, because this is how they can reach this milestone. All right, I think that will conclude our program for today. Thank you very much for staying with us. Apologies for our, well, I don't know if I should apologize, but definitely we have our own accent. We understand that it's not for everybody, but we really are trying our best to bring you the best and most current information from Starbase. We have our own program on our Space Junkie channel, but definitely make sure that you subscribe to this channel. You're definitely gonna follow this channel. Give it a
smash
like
the
if you
like button.
exactly smash the like button, and there are more of these kind of talks on this channel with our colleagues. They are coming, and Nathan, for instance, he is bringing an amazing updates, and that's going to happen more and more on this channel. I know a lot of you are probably used to just Felix summarizing what's going on. Those episodes are coming Tuesdays, Fridays, so every week twice. Definitely stay tuned and watch the 24/7 live coverage. And I think we will be back hopefully next Monday, Starbase time, early morning, 8 o'clock. Um, Europe time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Definitely stay tuned. Write us, tell us what you think, what we need to improve. And I think there's nothing left just to wish you an amazing day, right, Dave?
Yes, and a very amazing week as well. So see you next week because we are one time per week here as hosts for you. And yeah, thanks for joining us and thanks for having us here as well. And see you next time.
Okay, take care. Have a lovely day. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.